This is your daily morning devotion from Christ Triumphant by Ellen G. White.
January the 14th. Labour necessary even in Eden. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. Genesis 2 verse 17. In creating Adam and Eve, God designed that they should be active and useful. The holy pair was placed in paradise and surrounded with everything that was pleasant to the eye or good for food. A beautiful garden was planted for them in Eden. In it were stately trees of every description, all that could serve for use or ornament, flowers of rare loveliness and of every tint and hue perfumed the air. Merry songsters of varied plumage caroled joyous songs of praise of the Creator. Paradise delighted the senses of the holy pair, but this was not enough. They must have something to call into play the wonderful human organism. He who formed them knew what would be for their good, and had happiness consisted in doing nothing, they, in their state of holy innocence, would have been left unemployed. But no sooner were our first parents created than God appointed them their work. They were to find employment and happiness in tending the things which God had created, and their wants were to be abundantly supplied from the fruits of the garden. Work of brain and muscle is beneficial. Each faculty of the mind and each muscle of the body has its distinctive office, and all require exercise to develop them and give them healthful vigour. Each wheel in the living mechanism must be brought into use. The whole organism needs to be constantly exercised in order to be efficient and meet the object of its creation. Christ is called the second Adam. In purity and holiness, connected with God and beloved by God, he began where the first Adam began. But the first Adam was in every way more favourably situated than was Christ. The wonderful provision made in Eden for the holy pair was made by a God who loved them. Everything in nature was pure and undefiled. Fruits, flowers, and beautiful lofty trees flourished in the Garden of Eden. With everything that Adam and Eve required, they were abundantly supplied. But Satan came and insinuated doubts of God's wisdom. Eve fell under the temptation, and Adam accepted the forbidden fruit from his wife's hand. He fell under the smallest test that the Lord could devise to prove his obedience, and the floodgates of woe were opened upon our world. By one man's disobedience, many were made sinners.
This was a daily morning devotion from Christ Triumphant by Ellen G. White. Thank you for listening.